that particular one, I suppose you could have, because you're changing the whole thing into a negative. Okay, and that particular one, yeah, that would work. Okay? All right, any questions on that? Do you understand the need that one has to be positive, one has to be negative? You can choose which one to change. All right, third problem. Okay, how about this one? 2x plus 5y equals 34, and x plus 2y equals 14. What? Okay, why am I going to multiply the bottom one by a negative 2?
So you can get rid of the end.
Yeah, so if I multiply this bottom one by a negative 2, and this is not an official sign, or sometimes I just put a little parentheses, but it's my symbol to myself that I'm multiplying that row by a negative. So I have 2x plus 5y equals 34, and this is going to be a negative 2x, a negative 4y equals a negative 28. It's really important, and this is one of those remember things. I want you to write like a little note to yourself. Remember, when you're multiplying, and I'm going to just say, how about this one? 1 plus 3 equals 4. Is that a true statement?
Yeah.
If I choose to multiply this equation by 2, I have to multiply everything.
Wait, so I have a question. So is the point of this to find the, like, what y is?
And x and y.
You just
So in this case, I'm not finished, okay, I'll finish this problem. I just wanted to make sure, remember to multiply that third term. Because if I don't multiply that third term, and I just multiply 2 plus 6, is this a true statement?
No.
No. Common error. People forget you have to multiply everything to maintain that equality. Okay, so you might want to write a note to yourself. Remember, multiply everything. Okay? All right, so in this case, I've multiplied by a negative 2. I can combine these. This one happens again to be an easy one. I know that y is going to be 6. Okay, and now I can figure out what will be.
Does it matter which equation you put y in?
No, I can plug it in. So in this case, I'm going to say, well, that one's easy. So x plus 12 equals 14. So x is equal to what? 2. And if I go back and check it and say, all right, I have 2 times 2 is 4, and 5 times 6 is 30. 30 plus 4 equals 34. Okay? Okay with that? All right. How do you do this one? I'll call on you in a second, Stephen. Just give people a chance to look at that. Okay, I want to eliminate either an x or a y. And so, Stephen, what are you suggesting we should do?
You would multiply both of them by, well, you would multiply the top one by 4 and the bottom one by 3.
Does that work? If I multiply this one by a positive 4 and this one by a what?
3.
By a positive?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to have what? 16x minus 12y equals what? 68? And this is going to be 15x plus 12y is equal to 180. Does that work? Pardon me? Yep, you could have chosen to multiply by this one by a 5 and this one by 4. That's your choice. All right, does this ring a bell? I trust that you
add the equations.
Okay, so now can I eliminate something?
It's negative 15.
Right. So now I have 31x is equal to what? 248. Right? Divide by 31. Did I do that right?
No, it's negative 15x.
Why?
Wow. We didn't multiply by a negative.
Oh, I thought it was.
This is a positive, and it's 15, 12, 180. Did I do that at 4 times 7 is 28? Yeah, that's 68. I'm combining. It's 248. So I'm going to divide both sides. So what does x equal? 8. Okay, so this process actually has two different names. It's known as linear combination, because aren't we combining the terms, the two equations? Okay, so it's called linear combination, but it's also, I like to think of it as an elimination. What your goal, remember when we have two variables, we have an x and a y, we're trying to get how many? 1. Because once we have one variable, we can solve for it. Okay? Is everybody good with that?
Yep.
All right, I'm going to give you one more of these, I believe. Oh, 2 more. Okay. So I know how much you love fractions.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we do. We love their
I
stuff.
like this
Oh,
What? Did you just multiply the bottom one?
Yes.
Linear combination on all of our homework.
I'm sorry?
You know it's a linear combination on our homework?
Yeah.
Are we supposed to do it?
No.
Oh, I thought that was where you put it in the calculator, so I just did that.
Okay. No, that would have been
I'm
graphing.
not gonna get marked out.
No. I want to just see what you're doing. Okay.
Can you multiply one by, like, one thing and then not multiply the other one?
Yeah.
If I multiply.
If I had 2 plus 3 equals 5, you want me just to multiply this?
No, can I multiply the bottom equals by 12, and then do the top with my nothing?
Yeah.
That'd be perfect.
Oh,
Okay? All right, so Michael just suggested that we multiply the bottom one by 12. Could we have multiplied it by a smaller number, or do you just like big numbers?
Well, I was just trying to.
12 works.
4.
Okay,
12.
4.
Think about it.
Okay, I mean, we could have actually done either one, so if we do it by 4,
You get
what will I have?
Multiply by 12 and
9x
six,
plus
same as the upper one.
6y equals 48.
Oh, you'd have to multiply by something else again.
I'm going to have to do it anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. That would have been what, 2y equal to 16? So I would have had to multiply it by anyway, so Michael actually was combining it into one step. So he said, let's multiply it by 12. And if I had multiplied it by 12,
Wait, what do we want to multiply by a negative?
negative, yep, good. So let's see what we have. So a negative 12 would give me what, 3, negative 9x? And this would have been negative 6y. Oh,
Uh-oh.
is that right?
No. Yeah.
And let's see what's going to happen, negative 48. Ooh.
Oh, look at that.
Okay, what's the problem there?
They're the same equation.
Same equation,
Well, they could be.
okay, same equation.
No. Yes. Oh, maybe.
What is that? Is it the same equation?
It's a trap.
If it's the same equation,
It's a trap.
it's going to be, yeah, it was. We all fell into that
So
one.
is the answer just the same equation?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah.
That's right.
So what would we write on the test if we got that?
Same equation. So what, that actually brings me to a question that Stephen asked the other day about an identity. Okay? Can I just go on a little segue for a second?
Yeah.
If I had 7a minus 2a plus 8 is equal to 5a plus 8, and then I combine this and I have 5a plus 8 equals 5a plus 8, this is an identity.
Is that A?
So it's any solution, any value that I give A will be a solution for all of them. So that was the identity, and you were getting it confused with what we were doing the other day.
Or we were lied
Or you were what?
to. Lied
Who lied to you?
to. Mr. Kelly.
Never. No. No. Okay,
No way.
Mr. Kelly. Okay, one more and then I'm done. Okay, you ready?
Wait, ready?
Can this one not be on again?
Okay, I'm gonna let you do this. Oh, there's a hole in the paper. All right. Why don't you choose how you want to solve this problem? What do you think? Just look at that.
What's on the left? What are those?
X's.
Oh,
Those are x's. X is equal to 3y minus 9, and 2x minus 6y is equal to 3. What makes sense to solve for this problem? Do you want to do elimination or substitution?
What can we make
Can we
it?
rearrange it?
substitution.
Why substitution?
We got the X.
Yeah.
We already got the x by itself. So let's plug it in.
Can we do elimination?
Could you?
If you really want.
Well, we have to rearrange it, put it into standard form, and we're already in that form. What do you say, Stephen?
Actually, I was just wondering, couldn't you just multiply the top one by 2, and that would equal 9, never mind. -2. Now we get -6.
Okay, so do you remember when we started these, you needed to put it in standard form? So you would need to rearrange the first one and put it in standard
Yeah,
form.
that's
Because
right.
this one is in standard form and this one's not. So you needed
Oh, I didn't see
to,
that. Gotcha.
okay, you need to make sure that when you're doing elimination, it always has to be in a x plus by equals c form. And this top one isn't in that form. So doesn't it make sense to just to do substitution?
I didn't see that.
That one doesn't
Yeah.
work.
Okay, let's check this out.
I got is 21.
No.
I got 6y subtract 6y is 0.
Just kidding, I got
Negative 18 equals 3.
Negative 18
That
equals,
makes sense.
let's see what happens.
I got